So, I just finished viewing the video, How to Put in a Zipper by Marquessa Brown. And the purpose is of this entire story, or what's more of it's a self-help type of video for how to put a zipper in a dress or skirt. And the main point is, regardless if you're going to put the zipper in at the last minute, or you're going to add the zipper in while creating the entire garment, you're going to need to know how to use the sewing machine. To retell the entire story, my name is Marquessa Brown, and I'm going to show you how to put a zipper in a dress or skirt. There are two things that you probably don't know, is the sewing machine and the zipper. And so you will have to first, for if you're doing a dress. Well, before we get started with that, the sewing machine has a pedal, and on the left side there's a little needle that stitches up the fabric, and you have to press that and the needle will stitch up the fabric. There's a little wheel on the side to align the fabric, and so you would need to get adjusted to working the sewing machine. And then if you have to base the zipper on, which is using actual needle and thread, so that's more manual. You have to, and then you would have to make sure the zipper is aligned underneath the needle, and press it and send it through slowly. Okay, so I'm going to retell the story in chunks now.
Hi, my name is Marquessa Brown. I'm going to share with you some very simple instructions for putting a zipper in a dress. I believe I'll start with the assumption that everybody listening to this or looking at this isn't going to know two things. They're not going to know how to use a sewing machine, and they're not going to know how to sew. So let me start.
So, my name is Marquessa Brown, and I'm going to show you a video. I'm showing you how to sew in a zipper on a dress. Now, there's two assumptions that I have. One, that you don't know how to sew, and two, that you don't know about the sewing machine. And the Discord elements for this would be more of a teaching the class, a lecture. This would be a lecture style type of discourse. Not a conversation, but it's a lecture.
Start with some very simple directions about a sewing machine and how you operate it. A sewing machine has a big wheel on the right. It has a needle and a needle foot in the center, and it has a plate on the bottom. The plate that's on the bottom is directly over the needle, which is located in the needle foot. It also has a pedal that's on the floor. Now the object is you have to mash the pedal with your right foot while holding the fabric with two hands so that the fabric can easily glide through the needle.
Okay, so I'm going to have simple instructions on what to do with the sewing machine. The sewing machine has a big wheel on the right side. It has a needle foot and a pad underneath. And then there's a pedal on the floor. And you need to press the pedal with your foot, but the fabric itself needs to be held with two hands so that it can glide through the needle foot easily. And now this type of information is still instruction. It's showing as well as telling. I would say, yeah, showing or telling, explaining, giving a visual of what the machine looks like.
And you've got to hold it to kind of keep it from going in all kinds of directions so that your fabric won't be crooked and lines everywhere and it's sewn incorrectly. So you don't have to worry too much about the wheel. The wheel just turns automatically. But you've got to learn how to get the right amount of pressure on the foot. On the foot as you're guiding the fabric through. Okay, so that's pretty much how the machine works. Now, there are two ways that you can put a zipper in.
Now, when you're gliding this fabric through, you will have to basically get adjusted on the pressure on the pressure of how much pressure to put on the pedal, which is used by your right foot. But you don't have to worry about the wheel. You have to worry about keeping that fabric straight. And so that it glide through. So that's why I'm with two hands, glide it through, and the pressure on the foot will assist with that. Now I will. So the discount for this course for that would be, again, showing, explaining why why it's important to have the fabric held by two hands, and the point of the pedal itself, that the amount of pressure depends on the pressure, and as well as helping the fabric glide through is all in connection with each other. So it's important. That's why I explained to you first what the sewing machine is and where their important functions are located. Okay, so the next one.
You can put the zipper into your garment before you've sewn the entire garment together, or you can complete the entire garment and then put your zipper in. I think it's probably easier to put the zipper in before you've sewn the entire garment together because you just have less fabric to work with. And I think that makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to guide the fabric through the machine and over the needle. Okay. Now, I'm just going to talk very quickly about how you do it either way.
Okay. So there's two ways that you can sew this garment on. I'm sorry, sew this zipper on. You can either sew your entire dress, and then put the zipper on at the last minute, or you can add the zipper on with the design of the fabric. I'm sorry, the design of your dress. So however your dress is designed, then you can have the zipper however you want that zipper. Wherever you want it, you can add that on right then and there. And it's probably a little bit easier to do it the second way because it's less fabric you have to deal with. Plus, you already have the outline for where the zipper is going to be anyway. So, why not, keep your work a little bit shorter instead of longer. Okay. This course for this, again, it's more instructional, and it's giving you some opportunity to choose which is best for you. What is best for you, so this or that. So it's a choice.
If you want to put the zipper in before you've put your entire garment together, then you want to start with the pieces that the zipper is going to fit in. So let's assume that we're making a skirt and we're going to have the zipper in the back of the skirt. The skirt, therefore, is going to have an opening in the center, and the zipper is going to fit directly in this center opening. So what you're going to do, and I think for new sewers, it's probably best to do what we call a basting first. And a basting basically means that you sew your zipper in by hand first, simply using a needle and thread. You sew it up one side and you sew it up the other side. It's very important to make sure that the fabric totally covers the zipper. So often when people are learning to sew and putting in zippers for the first time, they tend to have the silver or the shiny part of the zipper showing in the middle. But the key when you're basting is to be sure that the left and the right cover the center of the zipper when you baste it in. Okay, so let's say you've sewn up the left side, you've sewn up the right side, the zipper has the fabric.
So if you want to put the zipper in all at the same time, what you want to do is what we call basting, and that's just to basically sew the zipper in already. And so you want to sew it. You have to. I'm sorry, it's manually sewing it. This is not using the machine. You have to manually sew in the zipper, attached to your fabric. So make sure you do it slowly, because once that's in, it's in. You don't want to mess with it. Okay, if this is the route that you're choosing, make sure that you're sewing in slowly and steadily, in the straight pattern. And by the way, you can use this for a skirt, especially if that zipper is going to be in the middle. It's possibly a good idea. So for you new sewers, take it slow. This course for this is again showing how this particular method can work. And it's giving you also an appearance of, you can visualize an unfinished skirt and the zipper being sewn on, how it will look if you know what patterns look like, or that's been cut out already.